Leo, this month is about graduation. It is graduation time for you. You have studied really hard in the School of Hard Knocks, and now you are finally leveling up. March is going to bring some much needed healing, and by the time everything is said and done, you are going to be back to your old self, but just improved. Want to know more? Keep watching and I'll explain all about it. What's up, Leo? It's your girl Mel of Divine Feminine Works, and as always, I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. This channel is everything tarot, astrology, and spirituality. So if those are the things that interest you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell, so you'll always be notified when I come out with new content. All right, Leo, this is going to be the Astro Forecast and Tarot Scope for you for the month of March 2021. I have to say, I like the astrology of this month because this month is actually chill. We get like a nice break from all of the retrograde and crazy planetary energies that we've been experiencing over the past few months. So it's almost like this month we can sort of move forward unbothered. It's not like we have to take 10 steps back in order to take 2 steps forward. So enjoy the energy while it lasts, because we're definitely on our way to eclipse season. So in about 2 months, things are going to ramp up in terms of intensity again. But for now, enjoy this sort of lull that we have with the astrology, all right? So first things first, let's talk about the sun. So March is all about Pisces and Aries season. It's the end of the astrological new year. It's the end of the astrological year in order to begin a new astrological year with Aries season. So Pisces is really about wrapping things up. Pisces is known as the dustpan of the zodiac because all of the things and little bits of stuff that have been left over from all the other 11 signs get swept up into Pisces. So Pisces sort of has to deal with everything, tie up loose ends, and sort of get right emotionally. Pisces is about emotional and spiritual well-being. It's also a time of sort of withdrawing and sort of going inward. So if you find that during Pisces season, even if you're in an active house like the 7th house of relationships or the 3rd house of communication and ideas, you still do a bit of inward reflection during Pisces season. So keep that in mind. And for you, Leo, Pisces season shines a huge flashlight on your 8th house of transformation, sex, and shared resources. This is the house that's a bit of a mystery. It sort of covers a lot of things that we can't necessarily put our fingers on. Transformation, think of the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's almost like death and rebirth. It's a very dramatic house and a very emotionally intense house. And being that this is Pisces season is going to be extra emotional for you, but in a very transformative way. You may experience some sort of ending or some sort of complete transformation that can be very profound. The 8th house also deals with like repressed emotions, and being that Pisces season about wrapping things up and emotional well-being, a lot of you may be sorting through some heavy emotional stuff. It's nothing you can't handle. It's something that we all go through at some point in the year, right? Because at some point the sun is in our 8th house, right? But it's a time for you to really get your emotional well-being in check. The 8th house is also about shared resources, particularly with this being in the season of Pisces. Shared resources having to do with, it's almost like it relates to service that you do for others. Now, shared resources can be funds that you share with like a spouse, perhaps like a joint bank account. It can also be loans. Anything having to do with other people's money falls under the 8th house. It's all about other people's resources. So with Pisces season and there being an emphasis on service, I feel like that is sort of how that's going to play out for you during Pisces season. And then come March 20th, the sun is going to transit into Aries. It's going to mark a new astrological year, and it's going to light up your 9th house of long distance travel and higher education. Aries is an initiator. It's a starter. It's also a very action oriented planet. So I feel like come Aries season, you guys are going to want to branch out, broaden your horizons, and experience a lot of new things. It's going, the 9th house is very much about like things that are foreign to you, things that are at a distance from you. So you may want to indulge in other cultures, other faiths. You just may want to learn and experience a lot of new things that can broaden your horizons. Being that Aries is an initiator and the 9th house also covers the law, some of you may be starting a legal proceeding. A legal proceeding may be started against you. You may have a whole case that starts up during Aries season. So keep that in mind. I feel like that may happen for some of you. For others of you, this house also covers higher education. So if you've been looking to go back to school, start college, university, things of that nature, Aries season will be the perfect time to do so. All right. So let's move along and talk about the moon, because we've got a new moon in the sign of Pisces on March 13th, and we've got a full moon in the sign of Libra on March 28th. So first things first, let's talk about the new moon. New moon is in Pisces again on March 13th, and this is going down in your 8th house of transformation, sex, and shared resources. New moons are all about new beginnings. It's all about setting new intentions and planting new seeds. Being that this is in your house of transformation, sex, and shared resources, I feel like if you want to do something that is radically different in your life, if you want to undergo a profound transformation, perhaps you want to break a bad habit, perhaps you just want to do something completely different with your life, now the new moon would be the time to set those intentions and plant those seeds. The 8th house also covers intimacy, hence why we talk about sex with the 8th house. So if you're looking to begin an intimate relationship with someone, this new moon will be the time where you would set those intentions. The new moon is also going to be very dreamy, romantic, and idyllic. So if you're looking to have an intimate relationship with a new lover or call in your soulmate, your twin flame, you're definitely going to want to do it with this new moon in Pisces. All right. Now let's talk about the full moon going down in Libra on March 28th. And this is going to be your 3rd house of communication and ideas. The 3rd house also covers siblings, your immediate vicinity, like your neighborhood, and extended family members like cousins, aunts, uncles, etc. Now, full moons do one of two things. They either show the culmination of events from the past. So think back to 6 months ago during the Libra new moon, and that was also taking place in your 3rd house of communication and ideas. Back then, you may have planted seeds related to your siblings, extended family members. Maybe you want to start a project in your neighborhood. Maybe a project was starting in your neighborhood. And now at this full moon in Libra, you're going to see the project finished. You're going to see whatever seeds were planted actually bearing fruit and coming to fruition. The full moon also illuminates things that may have been hidden. So when you're talking about your neighborhood, when you're talking about siblings, extended family members, something that may have been in the dark may now come to light. And with the full moon going down in the sign of Libra, the theme of that full moon is going to be reciprocity and equality. And it's going to shine a light on where things have been imbalanced. That is so that you can set the scales right again, and you can create balance and harmony in your life, in that particular area of your life. All right, so that's what's going down with the full moon again on March 28th. Moving right along, let's talk about Mars, because back on March 3rd, Mars transited into Gemini, and this went down in your 11th house of friendship and goals. Mars in Gemini is very, very flexible, very versatile. It's very much the multitasker, and Mars is that initiation energy. It's also warlike energy too. So some of you may find that once Mars transited into your 11th house of friendship and goals, you may have started butting heads with your friends or people with whom you associate, because everyone's sort of being very headstrong and opinionated. For others of you, this may have prompted you to get new friends and reach out and touch new people and engage in new social groups. The thing with Mars and Gemini is that it flits about. It's like a social butterfly, and it's about Again, forging new friendships and associations. The thing is, though, these friendship and associations are going to be a little superficial. They're not going to be very deep. These are not friends that you're going to commit to. It's sort of like getting to know new people and keeping it very superficial. All right. So yeah, so it's going to be a very social time for you, I think, and that's going to be for the next couple of weeks. So keep that in mind. Again, that's Mars in Gemini, and that is your 11th house of friendship and goals. Oh, speaking of goals, when it comes to goals, you're going to be very headstrong, very motivated, very amped to really go after and take action on goals and things that you want in your life. But again, Mars in Gemini is a starter, not a finisher. So if you have a whole bunch of goals, dreams, and aspirations that you want to make moves toward, I feel like you'll start a whole bunch of things, but definitely not finish them. So you definitely want to keep that in mind going forward. Moving right along, let's talk about Mercury, because on March 15th, Mercury is going to transit into Pisces, which is again your 8th house of transformation, sex, and shared resources. Now, Mercury governs communication and ideas, and Mercury is very logical. It's very fact-driven. It's very left brain, right? But in Pisces, Mercury is in detriment, meaning that its energy is weakened, because Pisces is all about feelings. It's all about intuition. So Mercury in Pisces is really urging us to use our intuition, speak from our heart, and be imaginative and flowery in our communication. So you can see how Mercury can be very uncomfortable in a sign like Pisces. Now, for you, Leo, with this being in your 8th house, and it's about intimate partnerships, this will allow you to forge very emotional and profound bonds with intimate partners, okay? It allows you to sort of get underneath the surface and really get to the heart of the matter with a partner. So it can be really good if you're partnered up, if you're intimate with someone, and if you want to sort of take your relationship to the next level. Now, when it comes to shared resources, which is also covered under the 8th house, you're talking about loans, you're talking about mortgages, you're talking about inheritance, stuff like that, taxes. Communication is going to be a little difficult and therefore frustrating, because it's all of this flowery, non-direct sort of communication. So if you're looking for news regarding shared resources, loans, stuff like that, communication, people may be beating around the bush. They're not going to be direct. They're not going to be, logical in how they communicate with you. But the thing is, with Mercury in Pisces, you're being urged to use your intuition and make decisions based on your intuition. So when it comes to shared resources, anything that may be transformative or profound in your life, or if you're talking about intimacy with a partner, use your intuition. It definitely won't steer you wrong. All right, and finally, let's get to Venus, because Venus is going to be transiting into Aries on March 21st. And this is going to be going down in your 9th house of long distance travel and higher education. Venus in Aries is very much blunt, is very impatient when it comes to relationships and how you deal with people. It's also starting new relationships. And being that this is going down in your 9th house, this is relationships with people who are at a distance from you. So for some of you, this could be a long distance romantic relationship. For others of you, this may be relationships with people who are at a distance from you, or who are of different cultures, different faiths, etc. I feel like you're going to want to forge new relationships of those types. But again, it's going to be very superficial, might be very physical, especially, Mars. Aries is ruled by Mars. Venus in Aries is Venus and Mars. So it's very much like sex, battle of the sexes kind of energy. So keep that in mind once Venus transits into, what is this again? Sorry, I'm like, yeah. Venus transits into Aries, which is again going down on March 21st. All right, Leo, that has been the Astro Forecast for you for the month of March 2021. If you'd like to know more about what March has in store for you and what March has to offer, links to the monthly and weekly horoscopes are in the description box below. So don't forget to check those out and read for your sun, moon, and rising sign. So now that we've gotten the astrology out of the way, let's get into the tarot and see what messages Spirit has for you this month. All right, Leo, so you know the deal. We start out with the oracle cards for an overarching broad message, and then we circle back in with the tarot for more specific stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it. First card out we have is Medicine Man Eye. And this talks about deep healing, okay? This is giving me very much Pisces season vibes because, like I said, Pisces is the dustpan of the zodiac. All of the remnants and stuff left over from all the other 11 signs get swept into Pisces so that you can sort of sort through them and then clean house before the astrological new year, which is Aries season. So some of you are really undergoing some deep healing this month, which is good. We all need that every so often. And this is going down in your 8th house of transformation. So whatever healing you're undergoing right now, and I get the sense that it's of an emotional kind. The 8th house is sort of repressed emotions and things like that. Whatever healing you're undergoing is sort of allowing you to have that phoenix rising from the ashes moment. And it's giving you a complete transformation that will really change your life. Okay. And so lucky for you, everyone else gets 3 oracle cards, but you end up getting 4 for some reason. So maybe there is some sort of extra thing that you need this month. I'm getting the sense that it's like healing. Like you need a little extra TLC this month. Okay. So then we have redacted. Okay, this lets me know that there's certain things and certain information that you were not privy to. And I guess that this is in the past. So there's something, whatever healing you're undergoing this month, I feel like it has to do with you not having the entire picture. Maybe you have the full picture now or of whatever this relates to, but I feel like in the past you didn't. And because of that, it allowed you, it made you vulnerable to being hurt. It made you vulnerable to experiencing hardship, but now you're healing from that. It's almost like now you're going to get all the pieces of the puzzle, but there was certain information that was being held from you. And this is very also emblematic of the 8th house because the 8th house also covers things that are mysterious and things that are hidden underneath the surface. Okay. So I'm interested to see what this has to do with. Okay. Look at this. It says soulmate recognition. Okay. And this is a 2. So this is about an intimate partnership, which is again covered under the 8th house. There may have been something regarding a relationship that you were not privy to in the past. Information may have been withheld from you. Perhaps if you were with someone and you see how there's a tattoo on this person's arm, that's like the infinity symbol, right? You might have thought that you were going to be with this person forever, but there was some important information that you were not privy to. And maybe you're privy to it now, and that's why you were undergoing this healing. Okay. Let's get some more cards out here and see what this is about. And then we have you're ready. So some of you are ready for intimacy. Others of you are ready to begin the healing process. So some of you may have just gone through this situation where you finally became privy to things that were hidden to you in the past, things that were underneath the surface. You know, that's very much the point of intimacy, right? The point of intimacy is sort of bearing your soul. It's really getting underneath the surface. And that's where you guys are at right now. Some of you are sort of at the beginning stages of this, where you're sort of finding out these things. Others of you have found these things out and are ready for healing. But whatever it is, you guys are ready to take on whatever this is. For some of you, you're ready for that transformation. Some of you, this is soulmate recognition. You're going to be linking up with your soulmate, and it's time now. Okay, it's time for you to have that intimacy. And this soulmate recognition is transformative. It will change your life. Okay, let's get into the tarot and see what else we have here. Okay. Yeah, we've got the World card, which is a cycle has ended. Some of you, it's a cycle and a season of singleness. Others of you, it's just a new level with respect to a relationship. There was some truth that was told. There was some truth that you found out with a soulmate, with a partner, with a romantic partner, what have you. And it sort of closed one cycle out and brought you to a new level, a deeper level of intimacy. Okay. And in the process, it was harsh. Because the World card is also associated with the planet Saturn. And Saturn is karmic lessons. Saturn is the school of hard knocks. And I feel like that's where you've been studying for a little while, okay? You've really been going through it and learning things that you were not privy to before, okay? And so now you're getting to a deeper level of intimacy with a partner. Okay, let's keep it moving. Okay. We've got the Devil. This is Saturn energy. So some of the things that you learned were very harsh lessons. Very harsh lessons. Okay. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Perhaps your partner is an earth sign, which is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Or this person just may be very practical, very grounded, and very stable. Someone, your soulmate, may have been attached to a earth sign. I'm getting someone was tied down. So I'm getting the sense that some of you may have been dating someone or in a relationship with someone who might have been married to someone else. And that was what you were not privy to, okay? And that is a very harsh lesson to learn from. You thought that you were going to be with this person forever. You're looking to take things to the next level only to find out that they are already attached to someone else, okay? But regardless, someone, either you or your partner, were going through a very karmic cycle where you had very harsh lessons to learn. And this You're Ready card is really giving me like graduation vibes. You're ready to go to the next level, whether that's just by yourself, okay? Because for some of you, this may be, when you're dealing with a soulmate, when you're dealing with a twin flame or anything like that, there are sometimes, you have to be separated, okay? And it's to level you up. It's to, sometimes you have to learn certain lessons on your own. Sorry, I have hair coming out, which is tickling me. You have to learn certain lessons on your own. You have to walk certain parts of the journey by yourself. So for some of you, you may be entering a season, okay, of that. And it doesn't mean that you're going to be alone forever. It just means that you've got certain work that has to be done, or your partner has certain work that has to be done alone, okay? Let's keep it moving. What else do we have here? Okay, we have the 9 of Wands. This talks about being battle weary. This talks about, having just a little more to go, a little more effort that you have to exert to get to the end, okay? And some of you also are very guarded. Who wouldn't be if you had a situation where you had a harsh lesson to go through? Maybe you had some sort of heartache, heartbreak, finding out that certain things were being withheld from you. So a lot of you are guarded right now. And a lot of you maybe are not ready, or you feel like you're not ready for intimacy because of the things that you've been through. And why open yourself up to go to a deep level with someone after you've been through hell with your emotions, with your heart, etc. But Spirit is like, you need to sort of give it a little more effort, okay? And I always love the depiction of this card because yes, you've erected a fence, right? You've got boundaries and, you're sort of being guarded, but look at how low this fence is and how long her legs are. All you got to do is step over that fence. I know it's a little difficult, but you got to do it in order to get to the next level and to level up. Okay, let's get 3 more cards here. Yeah, look at this. Death and rebirth. This is that 8th house energy that Pisces season is highlighting for you this month. Something is ending only to be reborn. So some of you may be entering into a relationship. Some of you may be ending a relationship. But whatever it is meant to be that way. Because there's a level up that you need to do, perhaps by yourself. Or for some of you, you've leveled up and now it's time to do it with a partner. But regardless, this is that phoenix rising from the ashes energy that's so prevalent for you this month, Leo. Okay, let's get 2 more cards out here. Perfect. We've got the 3 of Pentacles. And we have the 6 of Wands. Interesting. So I love that this is the ending card because this talks about victory. This is a positive omen. So whatever you're going through, whether it seems harsh, whether it seems negative, is going to end up positive. Because even if you end up by yourself, right, you are going to be in a good position. Okay? Yeah. The bottom of the deck we've got the Knight of Cups. This is about someone offering their cup of love. This lets me know this is a romantic relationship, okay? Someone your partner or whoever you were dealing with may have been in a water sign. So that is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or they may have just been immature. This person may have been offering their cup of love to a lot of different people, playing like a Casanova type role or whatever, you get what I'm saying. But that could be how this also plays out for you. And with the Three of Pentacles here, you see there's a guy up here, two ladies down here. You already know this is sort of like, this person they had more than one person. They had assistance from more than one person. That's how this could play out. For others of you, this is also saying that you need to seek out assistance, particularly with this healing. Seek out assistance from third parties. Seek out assistance from other people apart from this relationship who can help you level up, who can help you heal, who can assist in your healing. Okay? All right. I want to get some clarification on this Devil card. I want to see what this is all about. Why is this Devil card here? Family room. Interesting. Family room speaks of being private. Family. This is definitely giving me someone who was married. Someone may have had a family and you were not privy to that information. Okay. But whatever it is, they had a private life. They had something that they kept close to their heart that they were just not telling you. And it's coming out now, or it did come out, or it will come out. But all of this is also meant to forge intimacy as well. So again, even though you may be going through this very negative situation, it's all for a very positive reason. And that reason is to level you up. Personal development, intimacy may also be to level up your partnership. Okay. So keep that in mind. Let's get one on the Six of Wands. I want to see what this is. Why is the Six of Wands here? Okay, courtship. So you know what? If it doesn't work out with who you're with, going through all this is going to open the doors for someone new. Someone new who's better suited. Someone who you can have an intimate relationship with, who's not going to only tell you half of the story or keep things private. Things that are really important private, because redaction talks about legal documents. When you're communicating legal documents between parties, you redact important and sensitive information like your address, like your social security number, etc. So whatever information was kept from you was very important and very sensitive. Okay. And so maybe you're going through all of this to end this situation. This situation needs to end so that you can start dating people who aren't going to keep things from you. You can start anew, particularly in Aries season. And with Aries season highlighting your 9th house of long distance travel, and Venus is going to be moving into Aries, some of you are going to date someone who's very different from this person. Whoever resonates with this reading, whoever you were dating, this soulmate that you thought you had, whoever you're going to meet who's new, they're going to be very different from that person. Okay. And that can be a very good thing. All right. So let's get some astrology cards to close out this reading. Is this 3? Okay. It's 2. We get one more. Perfect. All right. First card out we have is Virgo. So you could be dealing with a Virgo, particularly with the presence of this Queen of Pentacles card here. The person you may have been dealing with was a Virgo. But Virgo also speaks to your daily routine. And again, this is giving me very marriage vibes. Someone whose daily routine included a wife or children or something like that. Okay. Then we have Mars action. So maybe you're going through all of this in order to prompt you to take action to leave. Okay. But whatever it is, this action, this is giving me very Aries season vibes because Aries is ruled by Mars. So this is when the sun goes into Aries. This is when Venus goes into Aries. You're going to be prompted to move. You're going to be prompted to date other people. Maybe some of you, I get for a small fraction of you, it's going to prompt you to take action within this relationship. But for the overwhelming majority, I see you moving on to someone new. Okay. And then finally, we have Ascendant. Outlook. Remember I said that you have a heavy 8th house emphasis, okay, during Pisces season. It's all about transformation. I feel like your outlook on love, your outlook on yourself is going to change with this situation. If it hasn't already, right? Because this is very transformative. This is a very sort of emotionally charged situation that can really change your life forever. But with the presence of this Medicine Man Eye card, this is deep healing that is going to change your outlook on the situation, your outlook on relationships, and your outlook on life. So Leo, it's going to be a little intense this month. If it hasn't already, for some of you, I'm getting this already happened. And March is sort of when you're doing this healing, okay? But for a lot of you, it's going to be a little emotionally intense, nothing you can't handle, but just know that you're going to come out better on the other side, okay? Things are going to get better because remember, the last card out is the Six of Wands. Look at how she's standing. Out in public, shining bright, public recognition. Some of you, this is going to, I'm hearing like scrub you clean. Again, this very heavy energy is sort of scrubbing you clean, getting rid of, the stuff around you that you don't need so you can step out into the spotlight like you normally do. Come on, Leo. We all know you are dramatic. We all know that you are the center of attention. You're going to get back to yourself. That's what all of this is going to do at the end of the day. Get you back to yourself, okay? So hang in there. Things can only get better from here. All right, Leo, that has been your Astro Forecast and Taroscope for the month of March 2021. I sincerely hope that you were able to get at least one important message from this reading. Speaking of readings, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me or order an astrology report, those links are in the description box below, so don't forget to check those out. And while you're checking things out, don't forget to check me out on Instagram at Divine Feminine Works. Every week I do a series called The Week Ahead where I do a quick and dirty tarot reading just like this. It's an Astro Forecast and Taroscope for the upcoming week. So follow me there so you don't miss any of that. As always, Leo, everything I do is a labor of love and comes straight from the bottom of my heart. If you feel so inclined and would like to tip me by buying me a coffee, and tips are always greatly appreciated, I'll leave that link in the description box as well. Leo, my love, as always, it is a privilege and an honor to read for you. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys next time.